Listen, y'all, I apologize. This is late. I wanted to react to the firing of Robyn Roberts Dixon. Again, there's a lot of background noise. I told y'all that I am on spring break with my kids. I am on a cruise, and I hope you guys can hear me because there's a lot going on. I'm on the sun deck. Hello, testing 1 2 1 2. 1 2. I gotta check this. I have to test this. Mic check, mic check. 1 2. What is this? Ginger snaps back in business. Okay. My hip hop side is coming out. Let me stop. Let me pause this and check the playback. I'm a mess. All right, I'm just going to make this quick. This will have to do for now. So as we all have heard yesterday that Robyn was indeed fired, and I'm not surprised. I have always suspected that this was the case. She has been fired from Real Housewives of Potomac, and she revealed that on her and Gizzard's podcast, Reasonably Corny. So here she is, basically announcing that she's fired, and I'm surprised that podcast is still going.
It's reality. It's reality. The network did not invite me back. I was fired, for lack of better words.
And here is Robyn's corny ass throwing shots at Candace, trying to say that, she's not sugarcoating it like other people. That's basically what she's saying.
And I will not, sugarcoat the situation and say, oh, I am walking away and this is a break or anything like this. This was a network decision. And I'm okay with it because nothing lasts.
And that is why Adam's apple Robyn will not live down the assertion that she is colorist, because for the life of me, I still do not understand what her beef is with Candace, because she went and talked shit about you on tweets. And, and I'm glad that Candace clarified it, because I was confused with the timeline. But no, she went on a rampage when she saw that Robyn was ignoring her. Robyn was upset at her. She didn't know why. As far as Candace knew, they were on good terms. And then all the news came out. So, of course, to Candace, it's going to look suspect. Like, you guys came up with a plot. You, Giselle, Ashley, and Todd. Y'all came up with a plot to destroy their marriage, to cover up your bullshit with your husband, who is stepping out on you constantly. And now, in retrospect, I didn't even think about this before, but that wedding was a sham. I think Robyn was given many chances by the network. She was probably threatened. They're like, you need to come correct. What is going on with you and Juan? You need to come correct. You need to tell us what's really going on in your marriage. And they did that. And I'm surprised Juan went through with it. So they had that rinky-dink wedding in the Bahamas, which was, there wasn't really much money spent on. I mean, that's besides the point. That really doesn't matter. Because I've always said, again, if I'm crazy enough to get married again, I'm not doing any grand old 200, 300 people wedding. I'm keeping it low key. But I think Robyn did that to keep the network off her back, period. And I really think that the network knows that too. I think they looked at her demeanor this season. She's being puppeteered by Giselle. And I think they let her go because Robyn literally brings nothing. Candace put in the work. Candace has been drugged up and down through social media, and she's still stuck with it. So I don't believe Candace was fired. That's what she's trying to allude to. No, Candace is taking a break, and rightfully so. Rightfully motherfucking so. So Robyn is the one that's a sore loser. Now, I want you guys to listen to, I guess she had a little mini tribute to Giselle, which is beyond me. She had a tribute to Giselle on the podcast, and just listen to this. And I have an interesting take on Robyn's thoughts, Robyn's and Gizzard's friendship. Really interesting.
For whatever reason, we were meant to sit next to each other that night. Yes. I think it was in November of, 2011, maybe, whatever. When Charisse, Knockout. Yes, at Knockout Abuse, a charity event. When Charisse invited us as her guests. Yes. We sat next to each other at the table, and we laughed and joked like we'd known each other for years. I know. That was so much fun. Before anybody knew us like that. Yes. And we trashed the entire room. We did. We like every person that walked past, all the drunk people, just had a good old time. And from there, we were great friends. And then the show, brought us even closer.
Okay, did you guys hear that? So basically, they were invited to a charity event in honor of combating domestic violence. And that's how Robyn and Gizzard met. Did you hear what they bonded over? They bonded over making fun of people. When I heard that, I just, you know what? I'm not shocked because Giselle strikes me as the type of person, she will not entertain you unless you entertain her. Unless it's all, it's negative energy you're serving. That's the only way that Giselle can bond with someone. Honestly, like she bonded over Ashley. Ashley is a troublemaker on the show. She bonded with NECA only to get back at basically at Wendy. That's all it was. That's the only reason. She really bonded with Mia too. She pulled Mia into her circle to get back at Wendy. That's really what it is. I think Mia is developing into her own person and having her own thoughts. But in the beginning, she was with it, with the shits, with Green Eyed Bandit. But Giselle bonds with people in the name of cruelty, in the name of bullying, in the name of making fun of people, in the name of getting laughs. That's how she gets her rocks off in life, and it's really sad. And just not Giselle. Robyn is stupid because I think we all don't know what's going on in that house. Juan is sick of Robyn's shenanigans, and I think he's just sticking with it as a lot of people do for the boys. He's sticking with it because he doesn't want a broken, fractured house for his boys. I really feel like he's waiting until they go to college to be fully set free from Robyn. Robyn has allowed basically Giselle to drive a wedge between her and Juan. I really do believe so. Don't you see that Giselle has Robyn right where she wants her at the reunion with no man behind her? Robyn has a whole husband, and yet Giselle, just for the sake of not being the only one who's manless, she made sure that Robyn doesn't have a man either. Like, it doesn't make sense. And Robyn, I just don't get it. I used to love Robyn. I was down for Robyn. When she's alone, she seems like a fun time, a good time, but for some reason she can't see Giselle's poisoning. Giselle is just cruel. Look at that. They bonded over making fun of people, making fun of people who are drunk at an event. Listen, if I'm at a venue, if I'm at a wedding, if I'm at any type of occasion, yes, people are going to get drunk. People are going to get tipsy. All right. We need to let our hair down sometimes. But just the thought of someone there just watching and laughing at me. First of all, they're lucky that they didn't get their fucking face punched in. But they couldn't do that because they were at a DV event. But how sad. Giselle is just sad, a sad individual. It seems like she only thrives off of negativity. And listen, we're done with the hazing and sorority pledging. That's over and done with. And I did read somewhere that Giselle was involved, allegedly, in some kind of... Because for those who don't know, pledging can go far. When you're pledging, it doesn't matter if it's Divine Nine, which is the African American sororities, or even the white ones. The white ones actually go hard. But I know many cases, pledging goes hard. Like they will, I don't even know if I should be, oh boy, we don't really talk about it too much, but there's some shit that goes down to the point where cops are called, lawsuits are filed, students actually die. That's how cruel it is. There was one case I'll talk about. It actually was a white fraternity and a Haitian kid. I think he drank too much because they will force you to like drink. And he ended up with alcohol poisoning. Listen, I would never, ever do something that egregious. I would never go that far. My pledging experience, there was no violence. There was none of that because I wouldn't have done it. I would have ended up punching somebody in the face. Nobody made me do something I didn't want to. No, none of that. But I have heard for other D9s, they can take it far. I'm not going to say who, what, when, where. I'm not saying anything, but I even have friends and cousins who they told me their experience was insane. And I remember distinctly hearing somewhere that Giselle did get into some trouble for hazing. At 60 years old, that has to stop. We're done with college. We're done with hazing. That's not what the sorority is about. Leave it alone. But Giselle still lives there. In her mind, she still lives there. You are not a young spring chicken anymore walking around, being coquettish like a peacock and people admiring you everywhere you go. And that's why she can't stand Candace, because Candace actually thought she was a friend. But when Candace got hip to game, Candace was like, fuck you, bitch. And she would call her every name in the book. Nobody cares. Nobody cares who you are, Giselle. No one cares. So that's why I think she really couldn't stand Candace, because Candace would not bow down and kiss the ring like Giselle's probably used to. Even I read, I'm gonna see if I can post it, where at her old church when she was first lady, they said Giselle was cold. I read all of the transcripts. It was on a long hair care forum. I used to follow long hair care forum. It's about taking care of black, textured hair, basically. They said Giselle was mean and nasty and basically standoffish. As a first lady, you can't do that. You can't. You represent your husband. You have to be accommodating to all the parishioners and the church guests. She was very standoffish. You can go find videos of her. I remember watching a video. She tried to preach. It was not believable. She's not anointed. I didn't feel anything from her message. Number two, Giselle allegedly, and I'm talking about, this goes back to 2005, 6, some of these threads, so I'm inclined to believe it, that she was actually doing like I don't want to call it black magic, but basically, I think I made a video about it where you put the blood in the pasta and trying to basically sham. We call it sham in Haitian Creole, where you're trying to control the dude by, look it up, okay? Look up sham. And look up spaghetti and look up, blood. I don't want to go into detail. If you want to learn more about it, go watch my Raven Simone and her wife's video. I talk about it there. But that is not of the Lord. Practicing all those, rituals and stuff just for a man, that's not of the Lord. And they said that Giselle was doing that to stop Jamal from cheating. And you're a whole first lady. But you know what? I can't be surprised, because I've seen some shit in the churches. But anywho, yeah, Robyn is stupid. Now she's without a job, and now she's gonna depend on Reasonably Corny. And they didn't showcase anything. And I think I was asking, where is her hat line? She could have showcased it, but I think Bravo refused to show any of that, because listen, it's give and take with these networks. You better give us something to talk about, drama, and then we'll show your little side hustles, your little businesses. And I think Bravo was not having it. They were not having it. Again, I don't know what Candace did so bad to Robyn. Robyn looks like such a lame, a follower. And now Giselle is on the show and you're not. How stupid are you? Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm about to go have me maybe a daiquiri or something. I can't get too lit. I got my kids with me, but anyway, bye. Talk to you later. Bye.